Hi, I'm William Tenholder, and I welcome you to my Masters 2000 series. This is also great for intermediates and beginners. This is a very good example, and it's a fresh game. This is a great example of the principles that you have to know in chess. We'll just open this screen up here, and here we go. We're going to play against the Dunst opening, which can be tricky. So just oppose with your knight on the other side, and we're going to end up with a pretty easy opening for black, really. You know, this is pretty easy. Attack right away. So that's one of the principles. Attack. Whenever possible, attack. Okay, now we're going to see all the principles, the most important principles, come up in this game. So now we support the bishop, and now that they are attacking, we make another attack and take out the guardian of that side. So that is a great knight to get out of there, because with our pawn on a5, the knight could slide in there pretty easily and cause trouble. So, you know, get rid of the problem pieces. In all of my experience, that knight would have been a problem. So this gives us a little breather, and this will be another principle of chess. Castle as soon as you can, if it's safe to do so. In this case, we're only on move 6. You know, if I castle by move 6, I usually win. However, they are going to be encouraged to put on an attack. Queen moves into position, and so you do have to do the defense of h6 pawn. It's very important not to let that knight in, and in fact, if you don't push the h6, you could be in for a checkmate pretty fast. If the knight comes in, boom, there's nothing you really do about it. You're toast. So, very, very important moves. That game could have been over real quick. So, there's your other principle to defend your king. Castle when it's safe, but always look at solid defense. So, there's a defensive move by the knight to h7. This is a great move because there's not much they can do now. Yes, so they're looking at a kingside attack. You can tell right away they're setting up for a kingside attack. It's not necessarily a fianchetto. They're after the king. So what do? Well, okay, so this is a very interesting principle. So I advise generally, if somebody offers you a pawn, think twice about taking it, okay? Another principle, it's probably better not to take pawns that are offered to you. Think carefully before you take them. In this case, they simply moved up and locked in the position, and that's a good move, okay? So another principle in chess is you want to get as much space, control of space. And once you get control of space in your enemy's territory, then you're doing well. So they did very well there, and we have to continue to oppose the attackers, right? So the knight to g5 is opposing the other knight, which will be an attacker in one way or another. So we want to get rid of that knight. And so mission accomplished, okay? So we're doing well so far, and we're controlling the action, right? The queen move was forced, had to take. There's nothing else the queen could do. So now good defense is very important. They were not quite ready for that move, But, surprise. So, we have a good defense going on. We have a good idea of how to control this board at this point. You know, our head is just totally all over the board, right? In this position. And it is very complex. And it's getting even more complex by the second. So, obviously the bishop is coming in for an attack. We need to stop that attack. So queen will play pawn for a minute and stop the bishop attack. Let's see. It's very tricky. The other bishop comes in, and yeah, we're getting into a very tricky, complex situation. Now we prepared to bring our bishop out, and so again, the principle of oppose, and they decided to come in. Now you have to think of the combos, and the big concern is the rook on the h-file, the white rook. So we have to think of the combo that's going to get us into good position. Now we had brought our knight out. The bishop responds, the white bishop responds, and so it takes it out of the game for a minute. Now that was tricky, right? So we kind of faked one way, then the other way. Now we're after the bishop. And this is where it gets very tricky. What's the combo here? What's the combo? That was important to get the bishop out to c4 before they close the door, right? Okay, so we got the bishop out to c4. This will be very important in our attack. Knight takes, pawn takes, and now we're rocking and rolling because now we have the queen on that beautiful white diagonal. This is great news. Now, boom, boom. Yes, this is the smooth move of the game. And it's going to be followed by a couple more smooth moves and a combo. We just ignore that pawn, take the queen. Yeah, it's that easy. Pawn takes, queen takes. That's checkmate, my friends. That's checkmate. Look at that. A beautiful combo. So the other principle in chess is, even though at some points in this game I'm thinking, boy, this is really tough. It's complicated. I'm not seeing it, right? So don't get discouraged. This is another key principle. 1, to have patience. 2, don't get discouraged. Make up some sort of plan, combo, and then it just might work out. So I'm William Tenholder. I hope you enjoyed these principles of chess. Have a plan and make it work. Enjoy your chess. Have a good evening.